Hello out there in Periscope land. You have to bear with me. I really need to remember to carry my selfie stick with me. I don't know why, for whatever reason, I forget that. But I did want to take the time just to take a few moments to expound upon something that this morning was so near and dear to me. I was watching the Today Show and they were giving the story about, and I have her name written down, it was Miss Veach. Yes, Autumn Veach. And she's the young teen in Bellingham, Washington. And thank you all that just logged on that survived the plane crash. And, you know, I was listening to this young lady's testimony, and there were so many points that I thought were really vital for us to talk about today. One of them is that life and death is in the power of the tongue. Now, I'm not blaming the young lady for anything she said, nor am I saying that was the cause of the airplane accident. But one of the things, as she began to suffer some turbulence in that plane, she said, she did a text to her boyfriend and was joking. She said, "If I die, remember I love you." And I started to think about that. I said, sometimes we say things, even when we're just joking, that really speak that thing into our future. So sometimes we'll say things like, no one in my family ever was rich. Or everybody, you know, that's in my circle, they never had nothing, so I guess I'm not going to have nothing either. If that's what you speak, then that is what you're going to have. So we have to be careful. And one of the most vulnerable times we have when we're going through things is in the beginning. When we first see that turbulence, when we first don't understand how everything is going to work itself out, that's when we start saying things. And of course, when that heat is turned on, it just gets worse. So we really have to be careful what things we speak over our lives. But another good point I thought about when they were sharing her story, she was talking about once the plane had crashed, she noticed that her grandmother, she was already gone, so there was nothing she could do to help her. And then she noticed that her grandfather, he had halfway pulled himself out of the plane, so she was trying to help him. But at some point, she could see that he was already gone. And so many times in our lives, that's our problems. You know, some of us like ourselves, we're just helpers. So if we see a problem, we want to fix it. We jump in, we're ready to give our resources, our time, our energy, because we want to help the person. We want to help that situation. But one thing about it, you can't help anyone that doesn't want to help themselves. So sometimes that situation is dead. And you have to be cautious what a person says. Because sometimes people speak things out their life, you know, out their mouth rather. I need help. Thank you for that person that said that's so true. You know, I need help. I need money. I want a better job. But then when we look at their actions don't match up to what they just said. Y'all had to forgive me because it's a hot day today. But your actions don't match up to what you said. You say, I don't have no money, but I notice you always at the mall spending this, but you can't pay your bill, but you want me to give you some money. You don't need money. You need an education in how to manage your money. So those are some of the things we need to really look at. Look at what you're speaking from your mouth. Look at what your actions are. And when you're trying to help people, don't help those that need to be helped. Because sometimes the situation is just dead. There is nothing that you can do. And thank you for that person that said lots of people want handouts, because they do. And if you keep handing out everything to everybody, you ain't going to have nothing for you. And of course, those same people you helping, they ain't going to help you either. But y'all, I'm glistening, so I think it's time for me to wrap this up. Please join me on my website, thejoyguru.net. I am going to put a blog post on this sometime during the day. Thank you guys for the love. I'm definitely going to go more into details and give you the link where you can see that story from the Today Show. But I did want to end by telling you this. One of the things that young teenager said, she wanted to give up after several days of her being in that struggle. She was in the rough weather and she just thought, I'm going to die too. Because after all, her grandparents had died. So she figured, I'm just going to die too. But then she said she started to think about the things that if she died, she would never get to do again. And it was so cute. She said something like, I don't think I could live never being able to hug somebody again. Sometimes that's your motivation of how to survive and thrive now. think about those dreams and goals that you've had that you might never be able to accomplish. Now, for some of us, that's not a key to survival, because what we're going to do is say, well, I tried, I failed, I won't make it anyway. But you know what? The thing is, look at that with a new perspective. What if? What if today I was able to do that thing? What if I was able to accomplish that thing? What if I would be successful in that thing? And when you look at it like that, that is enough motivation and encouragement for you not to give up today. So look in the struggle as I get out this heat. Look in the struggle. Look at those things that if you give up now, you will never have the opportunity to accomplish. Thank you guys for the love. And the only thing I can say, look at life through different lenses and go get it. And go get it now. God bless. And y'all remember thejoyguru.net, because within the next 24 hours, I will have a blog post on this message. Now go out there, survive and thrive.